何をお作りしましょうか。今回の料理は自信作です。召し上がってみてください。
お前、ここで何をしている？侵入者か？
急いで門を閉じろ。誰も通すな。今日の相馬を見舞ってやる。引き裂かれろ。遅れるな。突き進め。
お前、ここで何をしている？侵入者か？
急いで門を閉じろ。誰も通すな。
城には行かせねえぜ。てめえはここで終わりだ。
刻みつけてやる。
城へは入れぬか。力ずくで通るまで。
今日の相馬を見舞ってやる。引き裂かれろ。刻みつけてやる。
これで先に進めるな。急ぎ城を目指
Hey,
せ
what's up,
ね。
man? Hello.
今は後期。力の限り攻め立てよ。
待ち伏せだ。
急ぎ敵を片付ければ。急ぎ戻るとしよう。お主ら、ついてくるがよい。
来たか、異教徒ども。迎撃準備は整っておる。
から先は通さんぞ。
全てはパルスを守るため。前へ方がを見舞ってやる。下からのその目に刻めてくれ。互いに力を尽くし勝利に導こうぞ。今日の方がを見舞ってやる。下からの今日の方がを見舞ってやる。下からの今日の方がを見舞ってやる。下からの異教徒め、観念しろ。この先は塞いだぞ。退路が。
Oh. I can't even be mad about that. That's my fault. That is my fault. That's no fault but mine. Dude, I'm so tired of the Captor Clash. Stop pinging like every 5 minutes. The game's like not even that great. I think they ping like every 5 minutes. But you gotta ping. Man, I lost everything, didn't I? Stupid time limit. I only needed like another minute.
急ぎ戻るとしよう。ついてくるがいい。
さんぞ。
刻みつけてやる。刻みつけてやる。
バカにつけ。
全てはパルスを守るため参る。競技の神髄、その身に刻みつけてやる。ソーナを見舞ってやる。語れろ。ソーナを見舞ってやる。語れろ。ソーナを見舞ってやる。語れろ。
Come on, die! Sometimes I hate the shield system in this game. How much health do you have? It won't die.
ソーナを見舞ってやる。語れろ。
Die.
観念しろ。この先は塞いだぞ。
Oh, bullshit! I killed him! How are you supposed to get S rank and then kill him at the same time? Maybe you have to go, like, straight there, which is not fun. They don't want you to have fun.
待ち伏せだ。
Maybe you just have to go, like, straight there. Stupid, though. He was fucking dead. He died in the cutscene. Why didn't that count? That totally should have counted. He was dead. He died before the guy was talking. But the game didn't count it for some stupid reason. It's whack. You just need to do this part faster. This probably does more hits overall. Wrong way, that's not helping.
ここで何をしている侵入者か
急いで門を閉じろ誰も通すな
No, you don't. Good. What's up, Albie? Would you guys stay in the fucking combo? Like, I don't understand who's hitting me. Look at these hitboxes. How am I being hit at all? Stupid time limit just sucks the fun out of this mission. Because it counts when you're fighting the boss guy. It doesn't go away. Just let me kill stuff. Now it's not spawning enough so I can actually do the damn mission. How is this guy still alive? Would you die? Fuck. This guy survived all of that somehow. I wish this game had lock-on. Stupid that it doesn't. Attacks move you around so much and you can't see what you're doing. Can't believe this game doesn't have lock-on. I don't know why they were so scared to give us lock-on in these games. Alright. Is the port of 3 Ultimate good? Yeah. Problems with it are pretty minor. It's mostly just playing on Steam Deck in gaming mode. The V-Sync messes up or something. And if your monitor is above 60 Hz, then certain attacks don't work properly. You have like weird visual bugs and stuff. Those are pretty minor things. Nothing game breaking. They did a good job with that port. They did a good job with that port. And the Steam Deck problem you can get around by running the game in desktop mode. That fixes the VSync issue. I have no idea why that happens, but it's easy to fix. It's a very good port. It's worth the money. Goes to show they actually can make a good port when they want to. It's just a lot of times they don't want to. This mission would be so much fun if there wasn't a damn time limit. I mean, just have fun. Stupid how it goes down when you're fighting the guy too, because they don't stop talking. You have to have a lot of damage to kill this guy fast because of the shield system. You can't just fight the way you want. You got to interact with the stupid shield system. Which I don't mind, except when the game times you. Like, why can't the timer stop when you're fighting the guy? Because there's so much RNG. Because you can't lock on in this game. If anything needs a lock on, is this. The attacks move you forward, like, erratically, all the time. And there's no lock on. So a lot of the skill in this game is just getting around the fact that there's no lock on. If you can do crazy stuff in this game, it's just... the game goes out of its way to make it frustrate you. Because there's no lock on. This one's got promise. I can get him to stay in the combo. Please hit him. Yeah, I have no idea how you're supposed to get S on that. How is that possible? That's really tight time. That was pretty optimal as well. I managed to fight not having lock on. I don't know how you're supposed to get S on that. I guess you just have to level up a lot, I guess. Oh, I still got an S rank, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that was, unexpectedly difficult. Alright. You probably need to have, like, a really maxed out character, and then, go in there and kill that guy, like, as fast as possible. I don't see how else you're supposed to do that. Get any S rank cards? Still only one S rank.
何をお作りしましょうか。今回の料理は自信作です。召し上がってみてください。
But yeah, the PC port of Orochi 3 is the best version now. Although the Switch version, despite being in Japanese, does have a 60 FPS mod, so that's a close second. Just need to have a hack Switch and be able to accept that everything is in Japanese. Other than that, yeah, it works fine on Steam Deck for what it's worth. It like doesn't drop any frames at all.
軍が。
俺の命令が聞けんのか。
The ports are definitely getting better. This is one of the worst ports. I'm just brute forcing this with a good computer. I never wanted to buy this on PC because I know it barely ran when it came out. This game is power crept hard. This port is power crept. You need a really good computer to run this, I think. The components that were available at the time could barely run it because the port is really bad. But I don't have too many problems with it now. It's probably like CPU usage in this game is probably like really rough, but I'm on a 12900K, so it's still pretty good. Alright, you want to tell me how I'm supposed to get there? Nothing's happening. Fucking door's in the way. How do I get out? Oh, they want me to go all the way around, of course. I love when Musou games do that. I'll just open up the way. It's right next to you. You gotta go all the way around. See if I can still S-rank this. Dude, what is with this? I can't see anything! What kind of level design is this? They don't go away. Great. Great DLC level here. Why are there so many of them? Did they even test this? I can't fight like this. Especially with this weapon, I don't have good hitboxes. I can't get around them.
ひとまず安全だろう。次はラジェンドラ殿下をお救いしなくては。
信じる道を貫けなかったか。この戦で必ず活躍してみせます。今日の総画を見舞ってやる。
Is my stream still on? The game just crashed. Is my stream still okay? I can't even be mad about that. It's not like I was doing anything super intense. No, the game just crashed. Nice. What was I doing that was making it crash? Like, I just playing the game normally. I didn't like glitch out of bounds or anything. Nice. Incredible. Let's play as somebody else. Let's play as I think this guy might be fun. Gotta level him up first though. So put it back on easy. Does he get? He gets the spear and then another pair of swords. Okay, so should probably do his extra first. He's got two. Just have to figure out which one it
何
is.
をお作りしましょうか。今回の料理は自信作です。召し上がってみてください。
この惨状は一体どういうことだ。
シンドルの進行によりペシャワールは落城の危機に陥っております。すでに別の手を打ちました。ヤグマン様の安否。
分かった。ならばまずは城への道を開くとしよう。道が塞がれているか。兵士と共に突撃すれば壊せるかもしれない。いざ行かん。ペシャワールを相手に強そう。シンドラ軍と刃を交えることになるとは。ここで奴らを叩けば良い地位となる。迅速に城を救援し敵を圧倒される。ヤシャスー！よし、これで先に進めるな。急ぎ城を目指さねばこちらを蹴る。参上いたします。どうぞお役立てください。パルスの援軍か。この先へは行かせんぞ。ならば力ずくで通るまで。電源の技生きれない。 切れまい。すでに城内に敵が。早く城へ入らねば。素晴らしい軍で私も見習わねばなりませんな。宣言の技見切れまい。城へたどり着けた。よもや敵の侵入を許すとは。宣言の技見切れまい。バフマン殿はおお健在のようだな。急ぎ合流し城内のシンドラ軍を撃つ。バフマン殿長旅でなまった体にはちょうどいい運動です。城内に入り込んだシンドラ軍を片付けましょう。今さら助けが来てもどうにもならんわ。ペシャワールはもはやシンドラのものよ。
それにしても頼もしい味方が来たものだて。お主西方国境では随分活躍したそうだ。西東将軍騎手であるだけ翼があろうともいじれ川を越えるをあたわず。お主がおる限り国境の川は越えられぬ。ミスル国ではそういう恐れがある。
からかうのはおやめください。
なに事実ではないか。ミスル国は講和の条件にお主の東方への配点を望んだほどじゃからな。城内のシンドラ軍は片付いたようじゃがお主のおかげで危機を脱せた。感謝するぞ。
報告、シンドラ軍の本隊が到来しました。ペシャワールの南側を占領し布陣しております。
老将軍、私が敵の主力部隊を一掃してまいります。
お見事なご活躍です。私も精一杯力を尽くしますぞ。
城の防衛に当たればならない。出撃できる兵数は限られるが構わぬか。
無論です。必ずやシンドラ軍を撃退してみせましょう。
出撃の際は東門から出るとよい。川を下れば敵の側面をつけるだろう。
承知しました。ご助言感謝いたします。
シンドラ軍を押し返せ。城内へ侵入を許すな。
苦戦しているようだな。奮闘する兵を見捨てるわけにはいかぬ。それに彼らを救援し兵をまとめれば十分な戦力となるだろう。いざ行かん。
ここまでか。
That's the shitty one. This one sucks. The one where you just run through them is so much better. You can farm experience with it. Go protect the stupid bitch ass NPCs. Can't fight. Can't take this one guy. Look, he's already dead. Yeah, I really need your help, thank you. This is so damn slow.
橋が使えぬ以上川を下る他はない。急ぐぞ。俺の部をお役立てください。
救援感謝いたします。これよりシュワード様についていきます。
れが老将軍のおっしゃっている川か。ここを下れば敵の側面をつけるのだ。
どこから湧いて出た。
シンドラ軍が動揺している今が好機。主力部隊を殲滅せん。電源の技見切れまい。できているな我が総統。なんだこいつ強すぎる。昨日までは知るまい。今日よりは忘れな。カルセ総統将軍シュワードのあること。敵の士官をかわすのみ。シングラ軍は早急に撤退せよ。主力部隊が天竜だ。見切れまい。もう少し痛手を与えてやらねばな。最初から急ぐお願いください。天竜の私が見切れますよ。必ずや無事に帰ってまいれ。いざ行かん。俺の部をお役立てください。
Stop giving me this one. I don't want this one. It's too slow. Can't kill much with it.
逃げられたか。なんと素早いやつだ。だがシンドラには大きな痛手を負わせた。これに懲りて国境が安定すればよいかな。
何をお作りしましょうか。今回の料理は自信作です。召し上がってみてください。
部門の誇りにかけて勝利をつかみ取ろう。
This one doesn't give me a weapon? I thought it did. Huh. Alright, well, we're not gonna do this one right now then. I thought that one gave me a weapon. Maybe it's one of the other ones. Oh, it might be this one I just did, actually. It's always the character that's on the... it's just that stupid time limit one, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's probably better to just do this on easy. Just to get his weapon. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. There we go, yeah. This one gives him the weapon. Oh wow, this one has a C 6 through 8, which is pretty cool. That's right, you gotta kill these guys.
お前ここで何をしている。侵入者か。急いで門を閉じろ。誰も通すな。
Should get all I think.
せねえぜ。てめえはここで終わりだ。
What's up, Wang Tuna? How you doing? Thank you for your nice comment last night. I really needed that. I like this game better than Berserk Musou because the combat is better. Problem with this game is it's a movie tie-in, so
急ぎ城を目指さねば。
it's an anime tie-in, so it doesn't. The story, they focus a lot on the story, and it doesn't have a conclusion because they ran out of anime to put in. So for that purpose, this game sucks. Also, you need to buy the DLC to have this game be worth it. But I really like this game's combat. It's really fun and unique. And I would much rather play this over Berserk, which is just a boring game. I don't like how the officer fights work in that game. It kind of just didn't armor all the time. It gets old. I wish I could like Berserk more, but Berserk is just too much of a good thing. They give you an endgame mode, but it just evolves into how much you spam your Musou, because everything is in hyper armor. And like Guts is so much better than every other character, most of them anyway. The other characters are not created equal at all. They're all like much worse. I mean, if you're the kind of person that only plays as the main character in games with manual action control, then that probably won't bother you. But if you like actually playing more than one character, then that game is pretty weak. That's pretty much all I can really tell you. I beat it. I beat the game, and I did a decent chunk of the end game. I just didn't like the gameplay loop. Couldn't really combo anything in the game, and you fought a lot of stuff in armor, so it just evolved into how much Musou you could spam. I mean, there's definitely some fun to be had with that, but I tend to go more for style play. That game is not good for style players. It's like actively a bad style Musou game. I mean, he fights lots of demons and shit. That part works. What doesn't work is playing as the same guy for like 15 hours. It gets really boring. That's the part that doesn't work. It's kind of like Mega Man X Dive. They have that same problem. It's basically just like a full-on Mega Man, like Smash Brothers kind of thing now. Because there's like not that many combatants that fight in Mega Man X. There's like maybe 6 or 7 characters that fight. You can't really make a gacha out of that, so they've had to do like collabs and have like classic Mega Man and EXE and Zero in a lab coat and shit. It's just like not a lot of work, not a lot to work with, so I can't fault them for trying. But I remember when I got to the beta for that game, I'm like, yeah, how are you gonna make a gacha out of this? Because there's not enough active combatants in Mega Man. There's a handful of them, and that's it. So how do you make a gacha out of that? You just put Zero in a lab coat. There. Here's another character to play as. The Berserk game has that same problem. thought the character balance was lacking. Just like Guts is better than almost everyone else. There's a couple characters that can compete, but most of them can't. Guts is like the only one that feels complete, so... The other characters have like less stuff to work with, they're weaker, they have less mechanics. I think a lot of people just like that game because it's like the only bigger budget Berserk game that was made. As popular as Berserk is, it doesn't have that many video games. It's pretty much Dreamcast, PS2, and then the Musou that came out a couple years ago, and that's it. Yeah, I played the Dreamcast one, but that was just because I had a Dreamcast, and you know that thing didn't have many non-arcade games to play, so I was just happy to have it. But it didn't really it didn't turn me into a fan, that's for sure. Same thing with JoJo's. I played that game just because it was an arcade game on Dreamcast, and I was big into arcade games. I feel like a lot of people actually started getting into JoJo's because of that game. I didn't really like it enough, but that was a gateway for a lot of people, I'm sure. This game just lacks content because they tried to make a tie-in for something that's not finished. It's only like, this anime was like 2 seasons. I think they did like an OVA after, and that was it. So I don't know why they made this game. Like, there was no story left. I mean, you could argue the same thing with the Berserk and One Piece games, but those had like way more that they could adapt. The One Piece games is pretty much we need to make up an ending because there's no ending. They just bullshit some final boss out of nowhere and end it, but... I don't know, there's a lot less studios making these anime tie-in games than there used to be. It's pretty much either you have a big shonen property and you want to make a game for it. You either get Bamco to get one of their nobody studios to shit out another arena fighter, or you get these guys to make a Musou. Those are pretty much your 2 choices these days. Growing up, there was a lot more studios that would make games like this for, you know, like popular Japanese properties, so... Now it's either you get a shitty generic arena fighter for like the One Punch Man one, all the Kamen Rider arena fighters, which they're playable, but they're not what you really want. You want like something like this that's at least somewhat unique. You don't just want an arena fighter. because those games don't have any kind of lifespan. They can be fun to play with friends, but either have shit netcode or no online, or there's no single-player content. People are kind of getting tired of those, but that's pretty much how these tie-ins work. That's why I really like SD Shin Kamen Rider Rumble, because that's a movie tie-in. It's not tied into a series. It's tied in with a movie. And it's not another generic arena fighter. They made a pretty decent roguelike. It doesn't have a lot of content, yes, but it's interesting. It's doing something different. I think people are tired of the arena fighters, because they've done a lot of those. They did Jump Force, they did the One Punch Man one. There's the Demon Slayer one. There's like 10 Naruto ones. Like, people are getting tired of them. Jump Force. What do you mean Fire Emblem Warriors 3? You mean 2? Are you talking about 2 or 3? The My Hero Academia one is actually like probably the best arena fighter since Power Stone. That game is really solid. I bought that game. It's pretty good. It's probably the closest you can get to a competitive arena fighter. That game is actually secret top tier. If you want a Power Stone clone, that's like the best one, because it's designed with competitive gameplay in mind. Power Stone was always really shallow in mechanics, and was more something you could play with your friends that wasn't just full-on mini games, but like not super sweaty, so your non-gamer or non-sweat lord friends could still play it with you. But the My Hero one is actually like how Power Stone would be if it was like competitive focused. Not esports, but like, you know, they designed it actual competent mechanics. I need to play that game more. It's pretty good. This game's only good if you play these for the gameplay. If you play this for the story, it's a very flaccid game. It starts off pretty good, but because there was no more anime left to adapt, it just kind of ends. If you're talking about Fire Emblem Musou 2, did they announce a new one today or something? There's only 2, dude. I like 3 Hopes, but it just has no endgame content. It gets boring fast. I'm glad they cut down the grinding from the first one, but it just... They committed to having 3 story modes, but they have like nothing else. So, once you beat the story, there's nothing to do. They tried to put in stuff like that accessory system where you can only give it to like 3 people a playthrough. But the story's just too long for that. I would have rather just earned all that in like an endgame mode or something, where you can get like new gear or something. Endgame in that is very lacking. I think you probably would like that game more if I actually cared about Fire Emblem as a property, but I don't. I don't care about Fire Emblem at all. I never have, never will. So I had to judge that game on just being Musou. It's fun. Just has no content. It would have been better to have like 1 story mode and then like allocate some of the story resources to like having something to do when you beat the game. Kind of just ends. And you play through a lot of the same stuff in the story modes anyway, as you would expect. So, as somebody not playing for the story, it got boring pretty fast. And they never did DLC for it either for some reason, which is really weird. You would think that they would, but they didn't. I The game got no DLC. It's been out close to a year now. Nothing. I feel like the window for that has passed because there's a new mainline Fire Emblem game out now that just came out a few months ago. They probably would have marketed that game with the Musou game, but for some reason that game got no DLC. Even Age of Calamity did. It's just nothing. Game's just story mode and that's it. Very weak game replay value-wise. Yeah, they've been pretty quiet, haven't they? Hasn't been an announcement in a while. No announcement. There was supposed to be some stuff happening this year, but it seems like I don't know when they can announce it. Summer Game Fest, maybe? Marketing cycle for those is going to be really short if it's coming out this year. Generally, they don't market stuff until it's like at least 6 months away. I hope they're not going to do the shit that Western devs do where they say that they're going to put the game out next year and they just give you a cinematic trailer. I don't think they'll make an XL for that game, to be honest with you. I really don't think they will. That game has so little to work with. It doesn't have a few clones, it has like half the roster is cloned. They did not make it easy to add on to that game, that's for sure. There's 15 movesets for like 40 characters. You know they're not going to add like 25 more movesets. That's something you would do in a new numbered entry, not an expansion. I don't think people would really sit well with it. Okay, we added like 8 more weapons. Alright, so it's still like a little bit less than half the cast is cloned. Not the kind of thing that makes people want to go out and buy the game. More of the same game. I think they're working on something big. I think next Dynasty Warriors is probably going to get announced, and maybe they're actually giving it. Maybe they're actually giving it ample time and resources to make something that feels finished, instead of Samurai Warriors 5, where every aspect of it feels rushed. Like they cracked the whip on the interns making that game and made them crap it out as soon as possible. Dynasty Warriors 9 XL was pretty much the 3 season passes they did. They added a lot of content to those. They added more than you would have gotten in a and an XL for sure. They decloned like 9 or 10 characters. They added like new challenge modes and stuff. They added a lot. I don't think it's what people wanted, and the pricing for it was pretty scummy with 3 season passes. But they did the XL with that. Empires was just. How do we make our money back on Dynasty Warriors 9? Like the least amount of effort possible. Yeah, 9 doesn't even have, it's not like previous XLs. Like if they declone somebody, they give them new Musou attacks. They don't even do that in that game. Anybody who got decloned with the season passes in the original game, they still pull out their clone weapon. So 9XL doesn't really have that kind of thing going for it, like the previous ones did. I like 9XL, 9 Empires. The game was fun. So she could tell it had like no content. The game probably got ruined by COVID. It's like the DLC doesn't add anything. DLC is just costumes. Like they wanted to add more to it, but there just wasn't time or money. Pretty obvious without them outright saying that, because that game has pretty horrendous RNG to get the upgrades. That game just has like mobile game RNG for the upgrades, just because they don't have any more content. There's nothing else to really give you to grind for, so. I unlocked a new weapon art. Let's try that. I don't know, they wrote themselves into a corner. You can't do everything from scratch and then still have a ton of clones. Because what that does is it fucks up the rest of the games. They can't declone dozens of characters. A dozen tops is like what's realistic. But both their mainline franchises have like dozens of clones. It's not possible to fix. I really would like to know what the hell they were trying to do with Samurai Warriors 5, because it's like they cut out characters because they're, you know, they weren't fighting at the time, which makes sense. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, even with the roster cuts, there's still like so many clones, so it's like, what was the point of this game? They know that everybody hates clones more than anything in this community. I don't mind it if it's done like this game, where there's like not that many movesets, but there's only 15 characters, and a lot of them do have different moves and stuff. And you have the weapon system, which allows you to customize it, so you're not playing straight carbon copies. They still have some uniqueness to them, individuality. It's just they've really doubled down on doing the clones where they just have like one move that's different. And one of the clones is always leaps and bounds better than the others, so if they share that weapon with 4 other characters, you never play as them, which is precisely the problem with Dynasty Warriors 9 and Samurai Warriors 5. Good example is Guo Jia. He has that spin that he does above his head as his unique stun trigger. And you can combo things forever with that. So why would I play as the other clones? There's no reason to play as them. Because Guo Jia uses the bow much better than everyone else. It's weird how this game kind of solves it by, like, you get different weapons with everybody. There's not that many movesets, but some of them use the weapons differently. And then you have these weapon arts things too, which change the combo trees and the charge attacks, and you also get elements off them as well, which is really cool because even though there are clones, there's not as many. The roster is pretty small, but a lot of them play differently because of which weapons they get. And you can also change the order as well, which is, this game does clones and the weapon switching the best out of any of the games, ironically. A lot of people just kind of pass over this game because it doesn't do its job very well. It's mostly just, there's too much of an emphasis on the story when they didn't even have content to finish the story with. But the actual gameplay in this game is really fun. Can do a lot worse than this game for Musou, for sure. There's another guy that uses the fists. Where's his, let's see, I think this guy uses the fists, right? Easy. Does he only get one weapon? Isn't there another guy that uses the fists? I'm confused. I'm pretty sure everybody has one weapon, right? Let's see. This guy, the bald guy. Does he really only get one weapon? That's pretty weak if he does. He might be like the most boring character. There's a quick way to test this.
See
if he gets a weapon from this. If not, then he's dead weight. Oh, he does. Okay. Okay, so he gets, does he get a dagger? Oh, he just gets the same thing again. Ah. These clone weapons actually have different movesets. They're DLC. They give you a lot more options to play. It's worth buying. I was pretty sure this guy got the fist, though.
Omae, ここで何をしている? 侵入者か?
Doing crap damage. I'll try him later. Actually, I think this guy used the fists. Let me look up gameplay of that guy really quick. Hold on. Well, the fists are broken in this game because they circumvent the shield system. They have a C4 that grabs. And this is like one of the only games where grabbing things actually fucking works, so... For some reason, outside of this game, usually the grabs barely work. They always target a peon or something, and then like the AoE damage they do is worse than the actual grab. But in this game, the grab actually targets officers. It has a priority system. And they don't stagger when they're in the shield, but the grab actually does still work. They didn't make a grab cannon. What they did was they make it work. It doesn't damage them unless you break the shield, but it's very busted because you basically just you ignore the shield entirely. In fact, I'll do a run with that really quick. I'm just trying to see if anyone else uses the fists. Let's see if she does. No, the fists are extremely broken in this game. They make the shield system a non-issue. I'll do a run with them. Just trying to see who gets which weapon. No, they keep trying to make grapplers, but like the only good one they've made is this guy. This guy is so busted. Especially when you get his DLC weapon. You can like grab bosses twice while they're in shield, but they're still getting comboed, which is incredibly overpowered. Let's see if the thief chick gets it. Maybe she does. She has the dagger. The dagger's really fun. Let's see here. I might have to do some of these. Well, the DLC is just going to give her the same weapon again, I think. Oh, I can see which weapons they get this way, huh? Let's look at that really quick. See if anyone else gets the fist. If you go to change order, it shows you that he gets a mace. What's this guy get? He's got all his stuff already. Anybody else that uses the fists? No, he doesn't get it either. Is this guy? Nope. Am I out of fist characters? I think I might be. I might have exhausted them all. Which sucks because they're like the most fun. No, she gets a DLC sword. That's it. Not this guy. I really don't like the bow moveset. Tuxedo mask here, does he get it? I think, you want the fist to be like a special thing. Does he get it?
マルスの
I doubt that he
宮廷画
does.
家となる男だ。
真偽の
About this chick.
ミスラのご意志に従い力を尽くそうぞ。
美をめでる心は誰にも負けない。旅の学士ギーブとは俺のこと。
俺は
Who's this guy?
俺でもマルズバー
He only gets a DLC sword, so it's like an alternate moveset. Let's play as him.
この残
Oh,
念
not
の
him.
闘士
I get them mixed up. They look so
決して
similar.
燃え尽きはせん。
This guy is like the best grappler.
イスパー入るぞ。
何
So
を
we're
お
gonna go
作
for
りしま
attack
しょう
speed.
か。食べ過ぎは体に毒ですよ。
I'll put it on hard. I think he's
ま
strong
たいら
enough
し
to
て
do
くだ
it.
さい。
Let's do something else for a change. I spam that level a lot. There's gotta be another one in here I can do. Oh, I could do this one.
橋が壊れてる。ここはペシャワーレイの近道だ。山賊だ。助けてくれ。誰かが山賊に襲われているようだ。先に急いだ。放棄をことなどできぬ。マルダーン様がお助けくださった。この恩は一生忘れません。
あいつらに取られちまいました。けど命だけは助かってよかったです。
見過ごせる性格なだけだ。気にすることは
全部あいつらに取られちまいました。けど命だけは助かってよかったです。
ここで死んじまうかと思いました。感謝してもしきれませんぜ。礼などいらない。お主たちが狩られずに済んでよ。命あってその場にいますか。生きてくれればよかった。おい、身なりの立派なやつが来やがったぞ。身ぐるみ剥がしてやろうぜ。何日落ちたパルスを荒らし回るとは。山賊どもが許してはおける。マルダーン様がお助けくださった。この恩は一生忘れません。
見つけたぜ。さあ覚悟しろ。力を抜け。これで村は救われました。助けてくださってありがとうございます。
なんだあいつ強いぞ。俺たちがかなわねえ。お頭に報告だ。
ここで死んじまうかと思いました。感謝してもしきれませんぜ。逃げた奴らを追えば巣にたどり着けるか。親玉を借り山賊をこの地から追い払うとしよう。
Want me to go up there? Come on, just let me fight.
無駄のない動き見習いたいものです。
Does want me to go down there. Alright, I'm confused. Why is the rush zone there? Like randomly placed. Okay.
奪った金を数えていく時が一番楽しいぞ。
そうだな。じゃあそこのお前何者だ。ここが山賊の命中だって分かってんだな。
ああ、もちろん。俺は貴様らを狩りに来たのだ。貴族かと思ったか。俺はマルクバーンの栄誉を賜るし、シャプールの弟。貴様らなど束になってもかないはせぬ。まさかこれまでの悪行の罰があった。せいぜい自分の行いを食いる。強いやつと勝ち
合うなんてすごいぜ。兄は俺より強く気を取るために俺はもっと強くなる。まさか俺が命を奪われる。おお、なんと見事な武勇。その無駄のない動き見習いたいものです。金をやる。金で命食いとどこまでも見下げたやつめ。これ人々が山賊に傷つけられることもない。ペシャワールへ急ごう。おい、パルスのやつがいるぞ。まさかこいつもアルスラーンのところへ。
急いで門を閉じろ。異教徒どもをペシャワールに集結させるな。
ルシタニア人どもだと。俺が全員ほふってくる。ペシャワールに近づいたせいかルシタニア兵がうようよしておるな。何者か敵の敵は味方だ。助立ちしよう。さす領主民族の様子か。騎士の道に従いお主に助立ちするぞ。パルスの者か。よいか。俺はイスパーマルスマウン・シャフールの弟だ。力を合わせルシタニア兵どもを蹴散らそうではないか。この戦で誰よりも功を立ててみせます。
なかなかやるようだな。増援を呼んでこよう。
ルシタニアの兵どもはあらかた片付いた。また囲まれぬよう気をつけろ。また囲まれるとはどういうこと。俺がそのような鈍重なやつに見えるのか。実際に囲まれていたようだ。それはそうと俺は先を急ぐ。これにおい、話は終わっていないぞ。俺も無駄な時間は使えんから。
異教徒だ。おえおえ。
奴らを連れてペシャワールに入るわけにはいかん。早めに打ち払っておいた方が良さそうだ。異教徒が来たぞ。先へ進ませるな。また敵の新手か。アルスラーン殿下のもとへ急がねばならぬというのにイスファーンと言ったか。お主なぜ俺についてくる。俺は今からペシャワールへ行くのだ。お主こそなぜ同じ方向へ。俺もペシャワールを目指している。敵地同じである。お主の殿下のお力になりたいのだ。あの声でルシタニア兵に苦戦していた。殿下のそばで危険だ。苦戦などしては余計な手間だ。まあいい。すぐに俺の方が功を立てることだ。それは聞き捨てがない。殿下のもとで誰より功を立てるのこのザラーバン。ザラーバンだ。ついてくるんだ。お主こそついてくるな。貴様らペシャワールへ行くつもりだな。ここは決して通さんぞ。あやつらを討ち取った数が少ない領地に戻るというのはどうだ。その勝負やった。すぐにお主をオクサスへ返してやるぞ。この戦で誰よりも功を立ててみせます。なんと見事な武勇。その無駄のない動き見習いたいものです。俺の方が倒した数は多かったぞ。さあ尻尾を巻いて家に帰るがよい。バカを言え。わずかだが俺の方が多かった。俺がお主の動きに遅れを取るなどありえぬ。
えい、拉致が明るならば殿下の下で働きを競うではないか。よかろう。そうと決まればペシャワールまで急ぐぞ。
Alright, I'm gonna give this a break. Been playing this a lot. I'll probably just do the martial arts characters. I'll max them out. But I kind of want to take a break from that game, or not play it as much, because the game does actually run pretty well on Steam Deck for what it's worth, but it doesn't have Steam Cloud, so either I transfer the save to my deck and then transfer it back when I get home, or just like not play it. It's one of the last Koei Tecmo ports to not have Steam Cloud, so it's not really that big of a deal unless you have a Steam Deck, in which case it's a major annoyance. Same thing with Dynasty Warriors 8 XL. That does not have Steam Cloud either. Generally, the best Musou games to play on the deck are the ones that have cloud, because you can go from PC to deck and vice versa. It's interesting that they like don't go back and patch it in. Yeah, I played as him a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break from that for a little while. I'm gonna play something else. Because I'm leaving to San Jose in like 4 days, so there's no Steam Cloud. That's why I'm like not really starting any new games right now, unless they run well on the deck and they have Steam Cloud. I'm not starting anything because basically I'll just be playing through the game twice. A lot of the older Musou games do not have Steam Cloud, so they're kind of suboptimal for Steam Deck usage, just because they don't have that, so it can be a major pain in the ass. Let's see how Spirit of Sonata runs. How big is that game? Maybe I'll download that right now. I want to see if I can run that shit port on this beast computer. I've got a lot of my Musou games uninstalled right now because I'm low on space. How big is this? No, that's not what I fucking said. I clicked on Spirit of Sonata and it loaded something completely different. Alright, how big is it? 24 gigs? What the hell? Why is this 24 gigs? That's massive. God, games are so damn big now. I hate it. That's why I like indie games are like 300 megs and like everything is like 50 gigs now. I've only got 2 terabytes of space in here. Alright, well, I'm not doing that now then. This can take too long. It's like they don't compress anything anymore. The new Jedi game is like 150 fucking gigs. Like, why is that game 150 gigs? That's like MMO size. That's like MMO that's been updated for a decade file size. No, it's just another single player game. Like, why is it 150 gigs? Yeah, I gotta get a new NVMe. How much are NVMEs now? I'm still paying off this computer, but I think I'm gonna have to start getting a bigger one. These games are just getting too damn big. How much is a 2 terabyte? So I don't really have anything important on that drive. Could easily transfer it over and then still have an extra terabyte. 970 Evo is 128 for 2 terabytes. They've gotten a lot cheaper. I might just replace both, but it'll be a while before I can do that. So I guess we'll play some Basara. As I said, I was gonna do Musou games today. Yeah, DMC5 legit sucks to play on the Steam Deck because the shader cache is like 10 gigs. So if you're on the 64 gig model, it takes up like almost 1/5 of the space that it has, or like 1/4. The 64 gig model is only good for if you plan to upgrade the drive later, because the shader cache fills up really fast. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet, so I'm wanting to make a update to the Musou on Steam Deck video, but I'm really limited by shader cache space right now. It'll probably have to wait. But most of the games actually do work. I was actually pleasantly surprised in how many do work. I got more of them to run, but I have like no shader cache space, so I can't really do much with it. That Jedi game has a pretty good speedrun because they skipped the entire game. It's so buggy that I watched the speedrun for that earlier because I was curious. They beat the game in like 40 minutes. They already have that game under an hour. Big AAA, like semi-open world game can be beaten in under an hour. They found a way to like skip most of the events and like clip through doors, so they don't have to do anything in between. And I guess the part that takes you to the final level, you can get there by clipping through a door, and that tricks I guess it tricks the game into thinking that you've done everything else when you haven't. So they go straight to the final boss pretty much. There's like 2 boss fights in the whole run. The game's only been out like a month. Just rip that game to shreds. It's pretty interesting to watch because I watch a little bit of a streamer I watch some of his casual playthrough. Yeah, I think they took a shortcut with the progression. Like, I guess if you watch like a cutscene or something, it just assumes that you did everything else when you actually didn't. So you can use that to skip like the entire game. I think the real dick move will be if they patch the speedrun stuff, and then the port still sucks. Because that has happened a couple times with these really shitty PC ports. Like, oh, we're gonna screw over the 2% of players that care about speedruns, but we're not gonna fix the actual things that matter with the game. That's happened a couple times. Yeah, you guys have your priorities straight. The game barely works, unlike beast computers, but fuck those speedrunners, right? we need to stop those toxic, sweaty gamers before we actually fix our game so it functions as intended. It'll be interesting to see what they do. They might not care. But yeah, that speedrun's pretty funny because that game is pretty massive. You go to like multiple planets and stuff, and they beat it. Like over half, I think over half the run is the first level. Like over half of it is the first level, which is nuts. There's a lot of games like that though. Speedruns work out that way, or like The intro cutscene is like the longest part of the game, and you're not even playing because you're stuck in a cutscene. Ocarina of Time. Sometimes the speedrun communities actually work around that by they make a save after the intro cutscene. They do that on Metroid Dread and Super Metroid. Metroid Fusion as well. They just put a save before that cutscene, or after that cutscene. So if they want to reset their run, they just go back. They skip the cutscene. Metroid Dread is like a 4-minute cutscene at the beginning, I think. But you can save like right after, so they just copy that file. That's what they do with Super Metroid as well. They watch the intro once, and then they just make a save, and they just copy it when they want to do a new run. Yeah, the Final Fantasy X run is like 9 hours, and like over 6 hours of it is cutscenes. So like 60% of the game is cutscenes that you can't skip. That's why they have a cutscene mod for that game. It makes it like a less than 4 hour speedrun. Yeah, the Final Fantasy X speedrun got a lot more popular when they modded the cutscenes out. And again, functional adults don't really have like 10 hours to do a speedrun. They have like maybe 4 or 5 tops. So now it takes like less than 4 hours. 4 hours or less. It's more accessible for people that have like jobs and shit, or kids or whatever, or school. There was one guy who used to stream that game, and he could like only do it on weekends because it's like 10 hours. 10 hours to do one run. That's not including resets either. And he had a normal like 9 to 5 job, so he could only do it on the weekends. He had like 2 days a week to do it, unless he was off. There's just like not enough time to do like 10-hour speedrun during the work week. Tales of the Abyss is like that as well. That run is like 8 to 10 hours. So for the working crowd, you can pretty much only do that on the weekend or if you have a break from school, because it takes like an entire waking day to do it. Tales of Vesperia was like that too. Like the 360 version was like, I think like 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours. You can't skip the cutscenes in the original version.
ご覧に入れよう。親方様の風林火山。しかとこの雪村の胸に。
I think Resident Evil 4 is a perfect example of fuck the speedrunners, because they put out a patch for that that did like nothing, but it patched the glitches they used for the speedrun to go out of bounds. So they just down patch. They don't even bother learning the new run because it doesn't add anything to the game. All it does is just screw over the speedrunners. It's like, why do you care? They did that with DMC5 too. There's like a skip in that game that got patched. It's like, it's not something that a normal player is ever gonna come across. It doesn't even put you in like doesn't like soft lock you or anything. It's weird. Indie devs are like, cool, go ahead and break our game, because then you get it into a GDQ and we sell more copies. So like most of them are pretty cool with speedrun stuff. Especially for an indie game, marketing is like the hardest thing. Getting people to actually try your game, and you don't have a lot of money to sponsor even smaller creators like me that would do it for a couple $100. Yeah, I don't think they added anything worthwhile to a casual player in that Resident Evil 4 remake patch. I think it's just, screw the speedrunners.
人とは愚かなものだ。なぜ悪に迫り、抗い続ける。私の正義と理念。この戦友と共に、お主の力と技を見極めようぞ。働いたら負けなんじゃないかって最近思うんだよね。我が風林火山、神草の願いと共にある。よくぞそこまで鍛え上げた。ここであんたが百発勝負。地の果てまで吹っ飛ばしてくれる。悪いね。俺様ってばすんごい負けず嫌いなんだ。こっからは忍びの技で相手させてもらうよ。おたくうちで働かない？特別待遇だよ。ショーダウン。酔いの虎は恐ろしいぞ。体幹を鍛えるには暴れ馬の背に仁王立ちじゃ。
Well, this is Sumeragi. Pretty much the best game in the series. There's one after this that's really bad, that killed the franchise, so no one plays it. I hear the Jedi game is still like messed up on PC, so it's gonna be really funny if they patch the speedrun glitch that like no one's gonna find casually, and the port still sucks. Pretty likely outcome though, as they already put out something that they knew didn't work to reach their fiscal year profit goals. I wouldn't put it past them to do that. I mean, Capcom did that with the RE4 remake. I don't even think the glitches that they use in that speedrun could, like, even soft lock a casual player. Because I think Metroid Dread had an invincibility glitch that, like, could soft lock you or something. So they, like, had to fix it. But they've left most of the glitches rock in that game. They actually know about them. They know that the glitches are part of the franchise. The sequence breaking. Like, in that game, they have loading screens that show the suit that you're wearing. And they actually made one for every suit in the game because they knew that somebody would figure out how to get to the end of the game without getting everything. They kept the speedrun patching to a minimum with that, I think.
虎の館と知って飛び込んでくるか。その度胸やよし歓迎するぞ。
親方様、今日までの鍛錬、この雪村目に示させていただきたく。
よかろう。
武田が心へ来た。早くこと風のごとく、これすなわち先手必勝なり。俺たちも負けてられね
おお、ではそうがその速さに兵法はある。
兵法？そう。直せ。この雪村、意志なき風にことは運べぬと知りそう。
反省だけなら猿にもできるってね。この際だ、しっかり学びなよ大将。
陣の爆発に巻き込まれて体が。
思い出せ、親方様の発される気合の声を。
静かに癒すこと林のごとく。大将、俺様が時間稼ぐ前に気合い入れ直してよ。
忍びってやつは言い方もバカっちゃ。けどあんたは嫌いになれないんだよ。
そいつは奇遇だね。俺様もお兄さんみたいなの嫌いじゃないんだわ。
三成に胸を張るのである。それちゃんとしせ。
Ninjas are so annoying. Just let me combo. I hate the gimmicks in this game. I just want to combo. I'll lock you in a damn QT. Sometimes you can do that fight without getting hit. Sometimes the ninjas just decide they don't want you to have fun. Trying to practice my combos and I can't when they keep locking me in a QT. I hate how much mashing and dick waggling this game has. I wish there was a mod to just turn it off. I like that more games are letting you do that now. Yeah, just turn off the QTs, they don't add anything of value. They hurt your hand, they're not good.
武田が心得人をたぎること火のごとく男のたぎる肉体こそ明日をつなぐ架け橋。この雪が今一度己の風林火山を見つめ直し候。
大変だ。知りがたきこと影のごとす扉が開いてしまった。この刃が乾かぬうちに勝利の証を持て左近。おうよ。さて一丁派手にいっときますか。最後の陣に守り手を集めろ。とにかく急げ。黒い道何人たりとも好きにはさせん。あなた様こそが選ばれし者。それがし感無量にござる。主よ、我が一族をどうかお頼み申し上げる。俺が身軽なのは頭の中身が軽いからだとさ。いや、ここ笑うとこだし。もうよい雪室、わしのもとへ来い。風林火山の何たるか。行くぞー、雪室。親方様、ありがたき幸せ。はい、親方様。土俵に上昇、我が味噌を地に突き立てる。トラさんこちら、例のなる方へ。なんつって冗談だよ、冗談。
Ah, this game is so great. Best Musou.
見たか雪室、これぞ誠の風林火山。豊臣の左腕に近しい島左近。
I don't really have too many Musou games installed right now. I'll probably be able to do... I might have to delay Musou May a little bit, because I don't have a lot of space right now. Musou games are actually kind of on the larger side, so... I might have to delay that a little bit. I don't really have that many installed right now. The only ones I got... well, I have 3 Hopes, I have Gundam, I have Basara 4, Orochi 3, 4, and Arslan. Those are the only ones I got installed right now. Actually, I have Age of Calamity too. Let's see how that runs really quick. I think I'm gonna eat something. My stomach's actually starting to growl. Oh, my external's not hooked up with all the games. All my ROM's backed up. Oh, hold on. Set that up. I have all my Switch dumps on an external hard drive because they don't need an NVMe. Even on just an SSD, they load quite a bit faster than on real hardware. But it takes up like 400 gigs, so I think I can probably do with the space I've got now. I'm probably just gonna have to go get a big external hard drive, since I have a lot of mods and shit on here and stuff for videos. It's like I can't really just get rid of it. Where's Age of Calamity? I got the ROM dump right here.
This smells quite promising.
is it?
This loads so much faster, and it's at 60 FPS. I mean, what's not to love? Because this game runs like garbage on the real console. Runs really bad. I got a little shader compilation stutter. It's not good. Should clear up soon.
Be still. Be still.
Oh, do I not have any magic?
Be still. This is over. Be still.
Forgot it. I hate the magic system in this game. I wish you just could just buy it, but you had to go farm for it, which is stupid. Why can't I just buy it? I'm ready. This is over.
I must.